In this worksheet called Fill Color, we see that some of the cells have a different color background. And you can use this for various effects and to highlight certain portions of your data for emphasis. For example, the cells from B4 over to G5 have a yellow background. And we can easily change this or adjust this by going to the Fill Color bucket that's within the Font group on the Home tab. And we see choices here, which will vary depending upon the theme we're using. And if none of these appeal to you, you might consider either the standard colors or possibly more colors here. Here, it looks as if lighter colors are going to be best because we typically do have text, although you can't apply these to empty cells. We usually have text here, and we want to see the numbers through the text without necessarily making the text bold. So lighter colors tend to work better here. Maybe we'll change it to this color right here. And click away from that, of course, too, to get a better read on how this actually appears. You can also use patterns, as we see here in these cells here. You could use these by themselves, as we see below, or along with colors. And by going into Format Cells, the dialog box, we can get there with right-click or Control-1. We can see that on the Fill tab, we have the ability not only to choose colors, but also to apply a pattern style. Now, most of these are not going to work if you have text. Sometimes these can be applied. You might wish to apply these to empty cells or a row to use as a separator. So most of these will obscure the numbers hiding behind the particular pattern. If we pick a pattern like this, which is slightly denser than the current one, the preview doesn't exactly show us what's going to happen. So as we click OK, keep an eye on that data in rows 9, 10, and 11. The grid is a little darker now. Perhaps we need to make the text either bold or pick a lighter pattern as we had before. I'm going to press Control-Z here, and you can then see the difference. The previous pattern probably works better. The dot matrix there is not as dense as it used to be. And the example down here is simply the idea of applying a pattern without a color. At other times, just for special effects, and I've done it already here in columns K, L, and M, we've simply applied a two-color pattern. And the way this is achieved is by going into Format Cells. This time we'll get there by way of a right-click, choose Format Cells, and on that Fill tab, recognize we've got an option called Fill Effects. And as soon as you see this, of course, you can begin to realize what's happened here. We can mix any two colors we want. I've chosen the horizontal option here. You can certainly pick other colors, and again, just decide which one's going to work best for you. Some of them are going to be awful, of course. Maybe the ones I had earlier were not so bad, but you can mix the colors as you think you need them. Maybe I'll try blue and yellow, you see them this way. And then consider some of the different options just to get a different visual effect. Here, often you're trying to draw attention to a certain part of the data. So it's going to look like that, perhaps. So different ways to apply color backgrounds in cells, one of the many features available from the Font tab in the ribbon.